Okay guys, just a very quick message before the video begins. I offer one-to-one hair loss coaching. The link is in the description below. If you've been worrying about your hair loss and you want to eradicate that worry and move on with your life, then check out the link and let me know. Just jump on finasteride and minoxidil, bro. That's what some people have been telling me. Now, I thought I would address some of the reasons why I don't use finasteride and minoxidil. So this video is no judgment to anyone who does use either of those, but for me, using those products goes against the message I'm trying to get across. Just as a very quick summary for those people who don't know, finasteride acts as a DHT blocker, so it stops the conversion from testosterone to DHT. And DHT is the hormone that causes male pattern baldness. And minoxidil is a foam or liquid that you apply to your head. It's also sometimes known as Rogaine. You apply that twice a day to your head, and that helps stimulate hair growth. And you can use both in conjunction with one another to help slow or prevent the male pattern baldness. So, you know, it is effective for people, don't get me wrong, but it just goes against the message that I try to put across. So the message I try to put across is that you should accept the balding, okay? And by accepting it is the only way that you'll stop worrying about it and that you can move on from it. Because my logic is that if you're using either of these products or both of them, that means that it's still in the back of your mind that you're worrying about your hair loss, because having these products every day, so finasteride, you have to normally say 1 tablet once a day, and minoxidil, you apply to your head twice a day. Now that's a lot of effort, guys, okay? That's a lot of effort. And every time you are using those products, you're thinking about your hair loss. You haven't moved on from it. Whereas the approach that I take with shaving it off, there's nothing more that can be done about that. You shave it off and a lot of those worries go with shaving it off. Obviously, it's not the same for everyone and it does take time and it's not instant. But over time, after shaving it off, you accept your balding for what it is. These people that use finasteride and minoxidil, when I hear people's accounts of using it, because they're using products which slows their hair growth and they're still worrying about it, if they miss a day or they miss some treatment of minoxidil, or they miss a tablet, they then get stressed that their hair may revert back to balding. Okay, so these are just worries that some people may have when taking it. So by taking it, once you come off it, you're worried about your hair loss again. Whereas my approach is more of a long-term thinking, where if you shave your head, that's more of a long-term solution because you accept it for what it is. And people become reliant on these drugs, guys. So finasteride and minoxidil, as I said before, let's say for whatever reason the government makes it illegal. You've been relying on that for your confidence in your hair and for your balding on those drugs. So as soon as they're taken away from you, there's that potential that your confidence could also be taken away, because your confidence was being supported by the use of these drugs. And it means that you hadn't accepted your balding, and that your confidence was relying on these drugs working for you. And for a lot of guys, you know, they do work and they do show progress, but also for a lot of guys, they don't show any signs of improvement. And eventually, from the research that I've been doing and just looking into people's different accounts of using it, they use both of those drugs for a while, and eventually it becomes too much effort for them to use, and they get tired of using it and tired of worrying it, that they abandon the products altogether anyway. So I just think, guys, you know, why not just leave them aside from the start and just start with shaving your head as a bit more of a long-term solution rather than using all these products. Two more negatives of using these products is, firstly, the cost. They're going to be expensive. And I think any sort of drug which preys on an insecurity, such as hair loss, you know, they hype the price up because they know people will buy it, and it's going to be costly and it's going to negatively impact your bank account. The last reason is side effects. Okay, so as is with any drug, guys, I understand there are going to be side effects, But with finasteride in particular, due to it being a DHT hormone blocker, I feel like it can just do negative effects to your body. I've never taken it, but after having a look into it, there are side effects which are widely published on the internet. Some people don't have any side effects. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you will if you take it, but for me, it's not worth the risk. I'd rather just take an approach which is risk-free, far cheaper, and has long-term effects. So that's my quick summary, guys, as to why I'm not just gonna jump on finasteride and minoxidil, bro, and I'd rather keep my head shaved and accept my boldness for what it is. So take care, guys. I'll see you next time.